Hi everyone, welcome. My name's Leanne and this is a old photo album I bought from the Salvation Army, and it was in ill repair, so I dismantled the whole photo album and I fixed up the inside. I can see it's lifting now. I have to put a little bit more glue, and it has this, I don't know what you'd call it, like a CD. That's the only thing I can think of. Disc put in there. I think you may have put your floppy disks in there at one stage. This is how old this album is. Now it's vinyl and it has these pictures on it. And I've cleaned it because it was utterly filthy. So what I thought I'd do is alter this, put some of the good, I think these are 4x6 inch photo slides you put in there, or your photos, and this is what's left of the interior of the photo album, and I've got a few of them, quite a few of them left. And what I've done is I have joined two together. That's my grandson, by the way, Jacob. He's a sweetie. And what I've done is I've joined two of them together like that, as you can see down the center, so that I've got a double page that's joined. And I've simply put cardstock, white cardstock. I think that's 2 inches by whatever length the album is. I think it's about 8 inch. So 2x8 or 2x8.5, I can't remember. And all I've done is I've joined those two together like that. And that's what I've been doing. So I've got a whole bundle here I've done already. I've joined together. So all I've done is 2 pieces of this joined together like that with some cardstock on the other side and join them together like that, so it makes one double spread like that. Now these are 4x6 inches, I remember now, and you can get your photos and download them like I have on your computer, and I download all mine, and there are the ones I have to finish off, and we can do a few of them later on when I'm doing them. And I've got quite a few more than that left, so we'll do something with those. Here's the cardstock I've been using, just a white cardstock for the center, and got a few pieces there left to do the middle. This is a digi I bought, or digital, of some beautiful, wowie here, of some beautiful colours there, of some baby type photos, and I'm actually making this into a baby album, and I'm going to give it to my daughter-in-law. So this is an album that I am altering for her. Now I don't mind those photos generally. It's got a word here called photo as well on it. It's vinyl, it's pretty strong. I know what I'm going to put in there, and I will show you that later on. It's just a little armband my daughter-in-law gave me. She gave me the armband of my grandson, and I thought that was a very sweet gesture on her part. This is a little tiny bit. I'm going to use some hot glue on this part here because it needs to have strong glue. And that's what I'm going to do. Right. That seemed to have worked. And turn it around. And that light seems to be shining everywhere. Okay, you can see the light over here. I'm sorry about that. I know nothing about lighting. Right, that's not too bad there. So anyway, I have lined the interior, as you can see, and fixed and altered that. I've kept this on. I think this album may have been from possibly the 80s. Anyway, now to cover up this picture here, I went through in my mind, what shall I do? What shall I do to cover it up? I come up with a few solutions. I looked at a lot of YouTubers, and I come to the conclusion I have to do it myself with the resources I've got myself. And I come up with this kitty cat. It's called Pussy Willow. It was a beautiful little golden book, I think from the 30s. And it's a beautiful, beautiful old photo. It's called Pussy Willows. And I thought that I might use it just there on the album. Because I couldn't think of anything else to do. The only other thing I could do was paint that and go over it, but then I'd have the same problem, is what will I put on the front of the cover? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this beautiful photo down, and I'm going to use double-sided tape on that. So let's get to it. And I cannot find the end. Now this is very, very fine. Here we go. Very, very fine. Very, very. I think it might be about 3mm tape. It's very fine. Now I'm just going to use it up because I use it on small pockets, or pockets, that is. Which it's good for because it's very, very, not very, very wide. It's very, very thin. Okay. My computer died today. My small laptop that I normally sit in bed with, and I normally check everything. The one I'm using now is the one I do my film on. It's a huge, big one. It was my last birthday present. And I am also going to go down long ways here. Because we really do want it to sit. And I could have used thicker stuff, but I do want to get rid of this thin stuff because I got so much of it. My husband's just bought me heaps of this thin stuff, and it's not the normal one I use. But it has its uses. Like I said, I use it for pockets and things like that. Small little things that I want to use it for. I'm just going to put a bit more there because it's the end. And I'm not too fond of that gap there, so I'm going to put another one right there, and one more on the edge out here, just to make sure it's all down like that. Okay, now you can press that all down with your fingers or use something else. So now the big task is to undo it all. This weather, the rain, and now today it was a bit still overcast but a bit warm. I've had spiders right through my house, particularly when I'm sleeping at night. There's nothing worse than spiders coming up the wall while you're sitting there watching TV. And having to get out of bed in a hurry and squat it. I hate spiders, absolutely detest them. In real life, of course. They are horrifying to look at. And they're horrifying what they can do to you. But I had 3 spiders. I had 2 in my bed. Can you believe that? Through this weather. And I'm going to have to really be careful how I do this. I think I've got the sides right. I'm just going to get the top and the bottom right. There we go. I'm not too concerned about that little bit there, because I'm going to put something around it. And there's Pussy Willow. I'm actually going to put this green ribbon around it with the red little pom-poms on the end. Now, I think it may be alright to do. It'll look alright, I think. Just going to get my scissors and cut it right there. Like that. Just going to get rid of these things. I'll have to get the rest in a minute. Now I'm going to use a hot glue gun because, and I'll just put that underneath it. I don't want it to go on my big mat, just my ugly mat while I'm using. Right, now I think that that's probably okay right there. So it's half on and half off. And put it right there. Right under the last word. And I am going to glue it with the hot glue gun, and wish me luck, everyone. I just want to get it into straight first before I do the rest. Now, you do really have to get it straight, because once it's down, it's down. And there we go. There's the first one down. Where are we? Here. Now I have to be very careful with the next, because it's longer, and I'm going to take my time. So I'm not sure whether I'm going to put it over that, like that. Yes, I probably will, like that. Okay. Okay, it's not too bad. Now I'm going to do it very slowly. Now this is not working very well. Right. Okay, next one. Okay, it's not too bad. A bit dropped on the vinyl, so I'm just going to pick it off before it dries too hard. Right, there we go, got it. Right. Okay, that's what we've done so far. Now I'm just going to do the top. Let's move this a bit. Right, now we're going to start again. Okay. Right. There we go. Okay, I'm trying to concentrate and get it straight. It's fiddly work. Right, I'm going to have to fix this glue gun. It won't go in and it won't come out. So I'm going to try very, very hard to pull it out by spinning it. Got it. Okay, I'm just going to put another glue gun stick in. And it's got a bit of clogged there. I'm just going to use my scissors to unclog it. Right. Right, I've got a bit of it unclogged now. So I'm going to put it through the hole again and see how we go. Right, that looks better already. Okay, here we go. There we go. Now I've got a few strands connecting. Okay, so that's what we've got so far. And I'm on to the last one. And then I think that will do. Okay. I think I'll put it back the way it was. Let's just measure out our ribbon. Now, I want it really touching down there. There we go. Now which is front, which is back. Does have a slight difference. We'll start at the top here and work our way down. Right. Right. Right, now let's continue. Okay, it's not too bad. Let's just see what we're up to. Okay. I might just cut that before I glue it because it's a little bit too long. Just a smidge. Okay. Okay. Let's just finish it off. There we go. And I think that's done it. So there is our front cover. Now I'm not sure about the ribbon, it just gives it a different touch. Excuse me. But I'll just read you what it says on the front. It says everything that anyone would ever look for is usually where they left it. Hooted the owl. On a bush sang the robin. In the sky sang the lark. In a song, in the spring, in the dark. Then up popped Pussy Willow. Everything that anyone would ever look for is usually where they find it. Purred Pussy Willow. Okay. So there we go. So we've done that. Can you see that? There it is there. Pussy Willow. Now, I haven't decided how I'm going to do the inside yet, how I'm going to bind it, but I may use elastic to hold the albums in, the photo albums. What I've also been doing is cutting out these 4x6 beautiful pieces from some old golden books that I had, just to put some pretty little photos in there. There we go. And the dog's asleep in the wheelbarrow. And the front, of course, that one's a beautiful one. It also has especially written for early readers. That's what it says just there. Anyway, I don't know how I'm going to bind them in the album yet, but it may be elastic yet. Haven't decided. But what we can do is some more of this, just to show you how I've done it. Whoops, nearly dropped them. They're very, very, what's the word, slippery. Okay, so put that over there. I'll put our Pussy Willow over there, and just leave that there. Now let's get our cardstock. This one here. I'm going to measure the length of that because I'm not sure how long it is. How are we going here? Okay. There we go. So that's 1. That's coming down to 9, 10, 11. Not sure about that. Is it 11? Okay, what I'll do is I'll just cut these, and then I can cut the bottom off. That's what I'll do. So let's get our cutter. Where is it? Over here. And I'm pretty sure that those ones are 2 inches. So, okay, so let's do 2 inches. Come back this way. And we'll leave this length, but we'll cut 2 inches this way. Okay? And we'll do a couple of them. Okay, that's 1. Do another one. And we'll do whatever I can get out of this sheet. So it's probably 2 more, I'd say. Okay, and then probably the last one. Okay, that's that. Let's get our, now what do we call these, scorer, and we're going to put these to the left side and we're going to score it at 1 inch, which is half of this cardstock. 1 inch on each side, and we'll bend them like that. Now that's one way of doing it, or you could possibly do it by hand. If you haven't got a scorer, do it by hand. Okay, there's one. This is 2, yep. Now we'll do it at 1 inch. And we'll fold that over as well. Do another 2. So score it at 1 inch, which is half the paper. Like that. Doing one more, last one. Like that. Okay, let's put that away. Now I'm going to get our papers, our album, and I'm going to put them together like this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put this on that side like that and like that, and then join them together. So you've got the cardboard under here, and then we can cut that off. So what we have to do is get the score tape, and I'm going to get the thicker stuff, so I'm going to have to stop the video for a second and go and get the bigger stuff. Okay, I'm back, and I have found some bigger score tape or double-sided tape. I think, yep, that's bigger than this one, so I was going to use that one, but I found a bigger one, so that's what I will use. Right, got it. Okay, now I'm just going to get my bone folder, and I'm going to really put this down, make it a little more flatter, both sides. Okay, open it back up, put your score tape on, and put it as close to the edge as possible. Both sides. Right, I think we can fit one more of this. Yes, we can. I don't want it to go near the middle too much, because that's where the paper sometimes will act a bit sticky and then it'll close on itself. So it's probably best to use this big size and then a smaller one. I've got some of my DNA stuck in that. A hair. Yuck. Pull it out. There we go. Right, now I'm just going to stick it down there. Okay, that's worked out fine. Right. Now, I'm going to put these two, and I'll get them ready. But before I do that, I'm going to take the backing off our score tape. There's my hair again. Right. I should have only took one side off. I just remembered how I did it last time, and I took both sides off. So I'm going to be very careful here. There we go. That's one side down. Now let's try and do the other side. Make sure you get it even. There we go. Like that. And then we're going to chop off the bottom piece because we don't need it. Okay. There we go. And then all we do is, see how it's joined in the middle there? All we do is fold it back again and make sure that is down evenly. And there we go. That's it. So it's done on the inside as well. And then there's the back. Right. So that's one down. Now that's how we did that. Now, so I showed you how to do that. You just have an inch on each side to give it some strength and support. Like that. And then the other one like that. So you've got an inch of cardstock on each side. Down the centre, like that. And that's all you do to join them. I made it white because I wanted to make it all white. So I'm going to do quite a few of that off camera, and I will continue to do that off camera till I get as many as I need and want. I've already made a head start on that. I've got 3 here, double ones again that I can use. Now let's just put the other with it. So we've got some more. And as I said, I am not sure how I'm going to do the insert yet. It may be just elastic. I'm not sure. We'll see how we go. And we'll probably get, well, let me see. 1, 2, 3. Probably 3 signatures in that. I'm not sure whether I'll keep all this. It's very heavy now, this amount of photo. What do you call them? Inserts. It's pretty heavy, so I might separate some of them and just put them in like that into 3 elastics. That's what I might do because I want it homemade and easy to pull the pieces out if you want to do some work on it or change it around or do something like that. But I do like the front. It's quite pretty. I do like that front. Can you see? Let me see if you can see this. There we go. I'll put it up there so you can see. There it is. That's the front of the album. Okay, let's get back to here where we were. There we go. Okay. Now, I have been doing a bit of work on other things and I may show you. I think because I am, oops, what's that? Okay. Okay, so got rid of it. There we go. Put that up there so I don't touch it again. Okay, let me see. So I've got some old paper, and I think it was Ned Kelly book, an old Ned Kelly book, a really old one. It had some illustrations in it, and all I did was cut those illustrations out, make them into sort of tags or bookmarks or whatever. So that's all I did, and I did go over that with a bit of distressed ink. It's a bit hard to see, but it's a little bit stressed. And I also did the top, distress the top a bit. Let me see what I was using. Antique linen, that's it. I was using an antique linen. And I also went over the cords like that, just to give it a little bit of distress look. Now I made a few of them from the book. Look at that one. That is a beauty. I love that one. And then we've got Ned Kelly himself. There he is. Beautiful. Now I have been doing some pockets, and I can show you the pockets. They're very distressed. They have some doilies and some corner pockets, as well as a big pocket up here. Let me just see if I can fit something in there. I haven't tried it yet, so let's try it. Yep, that fits in the top. Let's see if it fits here. Yep, it fits there as well. And there's a pocket. Now I'm making these for a journal, and I'll show you that shortly. Here's another one of those beautiful pictures from the book. I've distressed it a bit. I've also machine sewed that with a black cotton. Now I'm not going to use that again. I probably prefer the white cotton, and that's just a tag as well, or pocket I should say, but a tag too, because it's got, we can put something in there. Also you could put some rope in there as well. So some tie or some string or some whatever you choose. Here's a double pocket. So you've got this one here, got this one here, and you've got one up top as well. I've left the one up top open as well. So you got three there. I've also used a bigger stitch and black again, and I'm not fond of the black. I should really use the white. And that's another one. Oh yes, here's the start of my little journal. This is, let me smell, I can tell by the smell what I used. I used coffee. So this is coffee stained paper. And I've done some stamping. Yeah, some stamping in that as well. And I have quite a few little pieces there. Now I'm not sure the measurements of them. I just done what I done, and they're all stamped, and the paper is really turned out beautifully. Look at that, beautifully stained with marks and things. Absolutely stunning paper. Okay, so we did that as well. Here's another. Yep, that's coffee as well. I never get tired of that smell. And as you can see, they've been stamped with those beautiful butterflies on most of the pages. All different types of butterflies, just to give it, make it look a little bit different. And then we have this one. This one's the bridal song. It's just a bit of ephemera, and then the rest is coffee stained as well. And these are all got beautiful butterflies on them, and most of them. Yep, and it's a bit bigger than, as you can see from these smaller ones. These are both the same, and then that one's a little bit different. Here's another that I was practicing on, but there's another cat as well. So I thought that I would do a little bit with you, just a tiny bit, because I'm continuing on from my journal. And all I've done here is cut a bit of that text, and I put a few, what are they, travel stamps, like a postcard on it. Where are we here? Postcard. And one's New York, one's France, of course. And that's what I've done, like a postcard. So I've done that. And what I've done here is I've made and created another pocket. This one's one of those pockets like that. And I put some doily, a stressed doily there. That's coffee stained paper again. And so this pocket I'm going to decorate a little bit. And I found this in a book, and I think it's like a crab. Yep, looks like some sort of a crab. And it's red. It's quite beautiful. And I've distressed around the edges, of course. And I'll just get that distressing because I think it needs a tiny bit more around the top. And the bottom. There we go. Right, now this is a belly band, so I'm going to put it around my pocket like that, halfway. Because it's a belly band, I'm going to put it on halfway. So that's what I'm going to do now. I think I've already got some double-sided tape there, and I'm going to just pull it off. I did it beforehand. I'm going to push that down. Let's just see if we've got it straight. Yes, we have. I'm going to pull the backing off this if I can. And I'm only using that very tiny tape that I showed you. And there's the belly band and the pocket as well. So, let me see what else. I did get some other stuff here. Now, because I was using red there, I thought I'd use a red plain on this as well. Let me just see if that looks better up top. I'm not sure. What do you think? Up top? Or down the bottom? I'm going to put down the bottom. No, I'm going to put, yes, I am. I'm going to put down the bottom. Let me see. Now I put my small skinny tape away, so I think I'll use just a boss stick. There we go. And put it on the bottom like that. A bit like that. Now that's just a bit of text. I cut it with some, what do you call them? Decorative scissors, and I put a little plain on there because it was red, the same as the crab. I thought that would go together. And then I found this, which is Handle with Care. It's just a little sticker, and I'm going to take it off the back, and I think I will put it on the middle of this piece there. Now where is that gone? Don't know. Disappeared. So there's the finish. Okay, so that's another one we've done. Let me see what else I've got. Oh yes, I've got this one. Oops. I've got my doll here and it fell. I just grabbed it in time. Here she is. Isn't she gorgeous? That's Chrissy. And Chrissy's hair is beautiful. She's in rollers at the moment. Anyway, nearly dropped her. Whoops. She is going to fall. Come on, Chrissy, don't fall. Okay, I'm going to have to put it down. There we go. Okay, so what have I got left? I've got this one now. This is a doily I had left over, a little piece, and I've distressed it with some photo finish, I think. Now this is a coffee stain paper, and all I've done is folded an inch on one side and then folded that so it met the side. Then I punched a little hole here. Now I made a mistake, that's why there's an extra piece of coffee stain paper in that little rectangle there. So I just glued it on, and I think it adds something to it, so I've left it. So I've got some double-sided tape on this, and I've also distressed around the edges. So I'm just going to take this off. Now I'm going to put that down first. Then I'm going to put this one down second. So there's our little pocket. There's our little pocket there. Now this is Go Travel. It's some sort of tag, and I've just added that on. Now it seems to be stuck, but it was up a little while ago. Now let's get back to this. So this I was going to place there like a, you know, a tuck spot, and I think I will do that. But I am going to use my glue gun because it's on at the moment. So I'm just going to do that. Because it's easy to use. Like that. And then we can use it up top as well for the top part. But I will put it on the paper itself. There we go. So I think that that's finished. Let me see if I can stick something in it. Oh, this won't fit, of course, it's too wide. But we can make a little tag for that later on, not now. And certainly this here, we can make something for that as well. So that works very well. So there's another one. And I think we'll just do one more. I have left over here. I was experimenting with a few little envelopes, and I made one out of some text paper that I had lying around, and I put a little stamp on it, as you can see. But before I do that, I am going to put some photo finish or photo, what is this called? I always get this mixed up. It's vintage photo. Sorry, vintage photo. It really has a nice patina to it. The colour's really nice. I like it. It sort of is the go-to one most people use. Now I've already folded the envelope, so I'm also going to put some vintage photo on that as well. Right, that looks good. Okay, so there we go. We've got it all vintaged up. And there's that little envelope. And they're so adorable and easy to make. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on there. Oops. Okay. Okay, let's see how that turned out. Bit wonky. Maybe. Yep. Let me just fix it up. And that glue did not work. So I'm just going to put 2 dots. 1 dot there, 1 dot there. Okay. I'm just going to get rid of that glue that's there. Got it. Okay. So there's our envelope. Now let's just give this a little bit of a hit. I'm just going to get all the excess off my dauber and do that. Might give it a little bit more, darken it again. There we go. Okay. Now what we're going to do is put it in the corner here of the envelope, like that. I'm just going to put it down the tiniest of glue, or the hot glue gun. And the reason I'm doing that is because it's very simple to do. Also, it has little holes in it, and the glue seems to just not ooze out if you only put a tiny bit on there. So there we go. Let's see if we can put something in there. Yep, we certainly can. So there we go. That works really well. Might just put a bit more glue on top. Smallest of margins of glue. There we go. Okay, that's not too bad. I'm just going to get a distressing ink. Yep. And I'm just going to go around the stamp just to highlight a tiny bit. Okay, and that's that. Okay, So there's another one we've done. So okay, so I've got my collection of ephemera that I've made here, without hardly using anything else. I've got my like going to an expense of buying ephemera. I've just used what I had. These can be distressed as well. There's a pocket. I love that pocket. There's another pocket. There's our crab pocket. This I forgot. Now, what did I have that sitting in? Was it this? No, it was a belly band. It's our postcard. Okay, so there's our postcard sitting in the belly band. Like that. That looks good. Anyway, there we go. And then we've got our paper, of course, our beautiful butterfly paper, our coffee stain paper. That's going really nicely. And then we've got some more tags, of course. So that's what we've done so far, what I've done so far. Anyway, until I see you next time, please take care, everyone, particularly on the roads. And I will continue on with my baby album. I forgot to tell you what it was, didn't I? It's my baby album. And I will be putting my grandson's photos in there. And there it is there. There it is. Now, I may do some more to the front. I don't know yet. I'll see how I go. I like how it's just handmade and natural. So until I see you next time, please take care, everyone, particularly on the roads. Catch you in the next video. Bye for now. Bye.